carnivore diet is not always easy. If you're starting out with carnivore, you might have some really good weeks, or it might be really hard at first and then get easier later. For me, it started out really easy and it made me feel really good. So this past week has been really hard. The fatigue got a lot worse, so that I was like, why am I feeling so like that chronic fatigue syndrome just kicked in overdrive, and it was like there was these 1,000,000-pound weights on every muscle of my body, and just simply standing up was so overwhelming, and I found myself in tears a lot this past week. So it's not just the fatigue, it's also the depression can get worse again. And two things. One is your supplements. Don't stop taking them. Wait months before you start playing around with those. Two, don't do intermittent fasting unless that's something you were doing before you started the diet. Intermittent fasting is awesome for kickstarting that weight loss. If you're someone that struggles with chronic fatigue syndrome or adrenal fatigue or any chronic struggles that can sap your energy, I encourage you to just stay away from those things that kickstart your energy and your weight loss. And for some reason, I thought a month was enough to start cutting back. Oh my gosh. So I ended up cutting back on my supplements that I really do need. I tried cutting back on my probiotics that help my depression, and the depression kicked me in the hiney. Magnesium, and I don't actually need as much magnesium. So that is a good thing. So if you're taking a magnesium supplement and you're finding really loose stools during this process, it's okay to cut back on your magnesium, but still take it. You're going to need magnesium. The other thing is, I mentioned before, don't do intermittent fasting. Your body is needing all the nutrients that it can get out of the food that you're eating. As I was cutting back, it's almost like my body was like, you're not getting enough nutrients, and it wore me right out. Dr. Chaffee actually drinks two gallons of water a day, you guys, because he's working out really hard, and so his body's using all of the water and electrolytes and nutrients from his food. For you and me that are sicker, we need all the water and all the nutrients to help our bodies heal. That's what's going on in our bodies. Our bodies are working so hard just trying to heal. Be patient with the journey, because carnivore is not a quick fix. You see all these stories of people that within a few weeks their depression just evaporates and disappears. So if you have chronic illness like I do, and if your body is really struggling just to heal, be patient with the process. Eat your 3 meals a day. Make sure you're getting enough. After 5 weeks, I still have to force myself to eat more than what I would normally eat. Otherwise, I get really hungry. One little steak is enough when I'm eating other things. And so when I came onto this diet and I started to eat only one steak, I was hungry all the time. I started eating 1.5 or even 2 steaks, depending on the size of them. I follow Ribeye Rach on Instagram as well, and she had to do the lion diet for over a year before she was able to start adding some other things in. One lady that I was watching on here when I was researching carnivore fatigue, she said what she does is she does a really hot shower, and then at the end of her shower for 2 minutes, she does a really cold shower. And she said it kicks in her adrenaline, which just makes her get up and go. And I was like, oh my gosh, do you know how sick that would make me? I have adrenal fatigue. So my adrenaline is working overtime just for me to get out of bed in the morning, because I am so weak that my adrenaline has to kick in to do regular things that other people can just function with because they have health and energy and vitality. So if you're like me and you don't have that kind of energy, just be careful with some of these tips that you're seeing on YouTube. Always do your research, watch the videos, learn as much as you can, but be gentle with yourself. Be patient. Just go slow. Wait to do the intermittent fasting. Wait to do the cold showers. Wait to cut out your supplements. I still take all of my supplements. I'm starting to feel better already. A few things that I did that started to make me feel a little better from my fatigue right away is I increased my water intake, increased my electrolytes, all my supplements, and I started eating 3 meals a day, and I started to add a little bit more than I was eating before. And these things, within a day, I started to feel more like myself again. And there's one more tip for the fatigue that you might be going through on the carnivore diet that I think is really helping me. I bought some organ meat supplements, and they're not super cheap, but here's the thing. If you're really sensitive to supplements, if you're really sick like I am, there's a chance that you're only going to need like a sixth of what they're saying to take. So my bottle of supplements says to take 6 a day, 2-3 times a day. And so when I first started taking it, I was taking it morning and night, just one. And I was finding that I had a little bit too much energy in the evening. So I just cut out that one, and I was only taking one in the morning. And that actually did kickstart my day in a way that wasn't kicking in my adrenals or making me have energy that wasn't already available in my body, taking energy from healing. And I cut back on my supplements last week. That was one thing I cut out. I was like, maybe I don't need these. So I'm back on those again. And it's something to look into if you're having that fatigue. That little bit of extra nutrients in those organ meats might really help you, just give you that little bit more energy to feed your cells and to help your body with the healing process. I'm praying for you. Leave a comment with where you're at if you've struggled with fatigue and how that's going. I'm wishing the best for you, and we'll talk soon.